I'm not a topper. I did come top of the male students once, but the number 1 to 9 were all female. So I came 10th. So that's what I told my mother. I came top of the male students. And there was a message up there to not be afraid to make mistakes. And I made a mistake today. I was expecting to address the students. And then I learned from the trustee that there are no students in here, except for some on the side. But hearing the toppers speak, I think the message can be the same, for the parents or the students, a message of life. I'm honored, to be invited to be the chief guest. One of the qualities of Thai people is humility. It's a word that I like, we are humble people, so I don't expect that I am fit to be chief guest anywhere, but if I can be of service and I'm invited, then at least I will try to be of service. The other thing is that I learned that a lot of Thai students, Thai young girls and boys are studying in Uttarakhand, in Mussoorie and Dehradun. Also, you might like to know that the ambassador of India to Thailand is from Uttarakhand, okay? So we have good relationship, and I promised him that I will come to his home state, okay? So I'm doing that, but at the invitation of MIS, so thank you very much. Another thing that parents might like to know, and those who have sons, and they can't come here, is that I've visited 3 or 4 other schools, with Thai students. I think we have around 200 Thai students in Mussoorie and in Dehradun. And one thing I can say is it's universal, all the kids are happy. They're happy in each school, and I mentioned before coming here in the principal's office that I think we should promote education more, from this state. It's one of the best kept secrets. Those who come to school here, to MIS and to other schools, for boys and girls, the quality, the love, the warmth, that is being taught. The alumni know, and the kids who come here know. But I don't think it is advertised enough, outside. Maybe we don't want big schools with 10,000 children, but I think the state can sell more the quality of the education here. So the parents are all winners by sending their children to school at MIS. Education, the parents say it all the time, education is important to your future. It's true, but my mother used to say, I think she simplified things, She says you need a piece of paper when you apply for the job, So she told me that whatever you do, get the piece of paper. And but education is much more than that, okay? It's the foundation of the future. And as the toppers, the students just now said, where you go to school influences who you are and the friends that you have. Most of the closer friends you get from, high school. University also, but, here you have a longer bond. So these are the crowd of people that will go through life with you, okay? The other thing is where you go to school also affects who you are, okay? Let me say a little bit about myself, I was lucky to have my childhood in small places, okay, like in Denmark and then in New Zealand. Then I also spent a lot of time in Switzerland. And those are all small countries, and that shapes you in a certain way as well. So your environment shapes you. And so to go to a good school with what I found in this state and in MIS is the same as the values, the warmth, the sense of family. And the kids, I'm sorry to say to parents, they don't miss home. They love you, but they don't miss home in the sense that they're not crying all the time. This is their home, and this is their family away from home. An international setting, with a mix of nationalities, a mix of religions, family backgrounds, that is also important because it reflects the outside world, This school should also reflect the outside world. Political parties should also reflect the outside world. Even my own ministry, in India it's the Ministry of External Affairs, in Thailand, Ministry of Foreign Affairs. I've worked for 35 years already, so some of the students were probably in a previous life. And more, as time goes by, I've noticed that in my office, there used to be only people from Bangkok, people from families, middle-class people in Bangkok. But now we have people from more provinces, and the females are now overtaking the males because females do better in exams. Even though we try to select the males, try to favor them a little bit, and we say it's not a competitive exam, it's a selection process, using appropriate criteria, but still the ladies are taking over. And I tell them every day that when you are the majority, please look after us, the minority. So the world is changing, and I tell the students, and you will see that your children will face a changing world. Number one, India is changing. India is an emerging power. So every day I'm spreading this message to my Thai constituents back home, and I'm asking the Thai students here as well to spread the message, to take note of India's potential and for them to use what they've learned here to help make Thailand have a bigger footprint in India. Let me talk a little bit about business. We only have 28 Thai companies in India, but there are 1,350 Japanese companies in India. There are 700 Korean companies in India. I don't think I will overtake the Japanese. I'm grateful that we have 28 and it's growing. Okay, so the future is bright for your children, and the future will also change for you. So we talk about jobs and society and so on. That will change. Even now, like my job is a job for life, and I noticed that in India a lot of people like to work for the government of India, but that will also change. Now half and half, people work for government because they want to serve the public, but I tell the young colleagues, if you want a Porsche car, then you should probably work for the private sector. Okay, so you will see your children grow, and they will help you change to adapt to the new world and the new India. So the students here are very lucky to be in international environment, loving environment, and an environment where the students say that it will bring out the best of their potential. I learned in the past couple of days that a good school can mean that school is fun. I walked around this school and other schools, and when I went to school in New Zealand. There was more punishment than at present, corporal punishment. But they made you do everything. So I had to go through academics, athletics. I'm not so good at athletics, And then metalwork, woodwork. They make you try everything. Shot put, discus, high jump, whatever, rugby, and so that you find yourself. And that's what schooling is about. And that's the same as MIS and the schools around here. So as we go forth in life, challenges will face us. And I believe that the kids from MIS are well equipped for that. I think values are the most important thing. And I told another group of students that when they're young, the targets will be material things, a car, house, things that make them secure in life. But as you get older, like me, then the values that you were taught since you were young, those will become more important. And you'll discover that, all religions will teach you that happiness comes from within and from making others happy and better off, and so on. So this school is very well equipped for that. So in conclusion, I think the parents already know, but for the students that are here, the opportunities are out there for you to make, and the world will change. And it is what you make of it. So like the song says, don't be afraid to try, don't be afraid to make mistakes, and laugh at yourself. And the other one is that we all have a responsibility for the world as we go forward, because it will be more challenging, things like global warming and so on and so forth, but we can do it, Many things that India is more advanced than Thailand, for example, IT, but the other one that I found amazing is not using plastic bags. In Thailand, everyone uses so many plastic bags, and you can see that the oceans, are being filled up with plastic debris. In India, when I go to the shop, in the village, I take my own bag, or I take my own plastic bag. So thank you very much. Congratulations, parents, and thank you for inviting me here today. Thank you.